How's it going, everybody? It's Michael Boy. I'm here with Read, Remember, Repeat. And we just want to let you guys know, we could be doing something selfish, things for ourselves, right? But we started a charity. And this is very unselfish on our part, because what we want to do is give back to the kids, the youth, the orphanage, the homeless, the people that don't have those new ideas because they're stuck in a revolving door. So what we want you guys to do is definitely reach out to us. This is the link right here. Help us save a life. Click the link in bio. Read, remember, repeat. Welcome, gang, to an exclusive ride with the Read, Remember, Repeat guy. It's your host with the most, Michael Boy. And to all my Read, Remember, Repeaters, shout outs to y'all. You know what I mean? Shout outs to the ones that's listening and actually applying these things in their own life, right? This is where we get together and we read books, and everything is about the books, right? This is a show for culture, you know what I mean? But it's strictly surrounded around books, right? I think that we need to bring books more to the forefront, because it's like, and I'm just speaking for my culture. It's like, we think that shit is corny, you know what I mean? And at some point we gotta grow, we gotta, use our mind. It's like mental muscle, you know what I mean? So like, bro, there's nothing wrong with picking up a book, right? And going along, getting new ideas, refreshing your mind with new ideas. But y'all know what's going on. Outwitting the Devil. We on a Q&A. Tap into the last episode, you know what I mean? And I think we on episode 18. This is episode 19 right now. Later on tonight will be episode 20. So tap in, let's go. Jumping right into the Q&A, right where we left off, page 134. That reminds me to ask you to tell me more about yourself. Where, in addition to the minds of people, do you dwell and operate? Now, this is Napoleon Hill on his interview with the devil. So he's asking the devil a question. That reminds me to ask you to tell me more about yourself. Where, in addition to the minds of people, do you dwell and operate? Answer. I operate wherever there is something I can control and appropriate. I have already told you, I am the negative portion of the electron of matter. I am the explosion and lightning. I am the pain and disease and physical suffering. I am the unseen general in warfare. I am the unknown commissioner of poverty and famine. I am the executioner extraordinaire at death. I am the inspirer of lust after the flesh. I am the creator of jealousy and envy and greed. I am the instigator of fear. I am the genius who converts the achievements of men of science into instruments of death. I am the destroyer of harmony in all manner of human relationships. I am the antithesis of justice. I am the driving force in all immorality. I am the stalemate of all good. I am anxiety, suspense, superstition, and insanity. I am the destroyer of hope and faith. I am the inspirer of destructive gossip and scandal. I am the discourager of free and independent thought. In brief, I am the creator of all forms of human misery, the instigator of discouragement and disappointment. Question. And you do not call that cold and cruel? Answer. I call that definite and dependable. The World Depression broke up the habits of men everywhere and redistributed the sources of opportunity in all walks of life on an unprecedented scale. The drifter's pet alibi with which he tries to explain away his undesirable position is his cry that the world has run dry of opportunities. Non-drifters do not wait for opportunity to be placed in their way. They create opportunity to fit their desires and demands of life. I'm going to read that again. Non-drifters do not wait for opportunity to be placed in their way. They create opportunity to fit their desires and demands of life. Now step away from the Q&A real quick, right? Hill speaks of the great opportunities that arose during the Great Depression and the fortunes that were made by those who seized those opportunities. I believe that Hill would say the same thing in our own day. Many opportunities exist today because of the economic turmoil. Will you seize one and create your own opportunity to fit your desires and demands of life? Question. Are non-drifters smart enough to avoid the influence of hypnotic rhythm? Answer. No one is smart enough to dodge the influence of hypnotic rhythm. One could just as easily avoid the influence of the law of gravity. The law of hypnotic rhythm fixes permanently the dominating thoughts of men, whether they be drifters or non-drifters. There is no reason why a non-drifter would want to avoid the influence of hypnotic rhythm, because that law is favorable to him. It helps him convert his dominating aims, plans, and purposes into their physical replicas. It fixes his habits of thought and makes them permanent. Only the drifter would wish to dodge the influence of hypnotic rhythm. Wow. Sheesh. Question. For the better portion of my adult life, I have been a drifter. How did I manage to escape being swept into the whirlpool of hypnotic rhythm? Answer. You haven't escaped. The major portion of your dominating thoughts and desires since you reach adulthood has been a well-defined, definite desire to understand all the potentialities of the mind. You may have drifted on thoughts of lesser importance, but you did not drift in connection with this desire. Because you did not drift, you are now recording a document which gives you exactly what your dominating thoughts demanded of life. Family, we're going to sprinkle a little bit of seasoning, a little bit of sauce on this time right now, and we'll be right back.
You may get your first cue as to the nature of the great master key when I tell you that psychologists have discovered a natural law which is the very foundation of all personal successes. And I can describe it to you in one short sentence so you can understand it. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. Isn't that a profound statement? You may get...
And we are back. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. We are back. Outwitting the devil. This been, oh man, real saucy, you know what I mean? So we're going to jump right back into the Q&A, right? For all my non-drifters, you know what I mean? The people that don't want to drift, that got demands in life, that want to sit down and listen to things to better themselves, you know what I mean? Let's go. Question. Why doesn't your opposition use hypnotic rhythm to make permanent one's higher thoughts and nobler deeds? Why does your opposition permit you to use this stupendous force as means of entangling people in a web of evil spun by their own thoughts and deeds? Why does your opposition not outwit you by binding people with thoughts which build and lift them above your influence? Answer. The law of hypnotic rhythm is available to all who will use it. I make use of it more effectively than does my opposition because I offer people more attractive bribes to think my sort of thoughts and indulge in my sort of deeds. Question. In other words, you control people by making negative thinking and destructive deeds pleasing to them. Is that correct? Answer. That is the idea exactly. Wow, that's crazy. Let me read that over. In other words, you control people by making negative thinking and destructive deeds pleasing to them. Is that correct? That is the idea exactly. Chapter 7, Seeds of Fear. Question. I have often wondered why your opposition, what we earthbound call God, does not annihilate you. Can you tell me why? Answer. Because the power is as much mine as his. It is available to me as to him. That is what I have been trying to get over to you. The highest power in the universe can be used for constructive purposes through what you call God, or it can be used for negative purposes through what you call the devil. And something more important still, it can be used by any human being just as effectively as by God or the devil. You make a far-reaching claim. Can you prove your claim? Answer. Yes, but it would be better if you proved it for yourself. The devil's word is not worth much among you earthbound sinners. Neither is God's word. You fear the devil and refuse to trust your God. Therefore you have but one source available, through which you may appropriate the benefit of universal power, and that is by trusting and using your own power of thought. This is the direct road to the universal storehouse of infinite intelligence. There is no other road available to any human being. Question: why have we earthbound not found the road to infinite intelligence sooner? Answer: because I have intercepted you and led you off the path by planting your mind's thoughts, which destroy your power to use your minds constructively. I have made it attractive to you to use the power of infinite intelligence to attain negative ends through greed, avarice, lust, envy, and hatred. Remember, your mind attracts that which your mind dwells upon. To divert you away from my opposition, I had only to feed you on thoughts helpful to my cause. Question: if I understand what you are saying, you are admitting that no human being need fear the devil or worry about how to flatter God. Answer: that is precise. This admission may put a crimp in my style, but I have this satisfaction of knowing it may also slow down my opposition by sending people direct to the source of all power. Step away from the Q&A real fast. Here, as in some other points during the dialogue, Hill gets explicitly theological, using the devil as a foil and letting words come out of the mouth of the symbol of evil. Napoleon Hill can lay out his thoughts and feelings about God, infinite intelligence as the ultimate source for his overall philosophy of success. Napoleon is a genius. We all are geniuses, but let's go. Question: in other words, if you cannot control people through negative bribes or fear, then you wish to kick over the entire apple cart and show people how to go directly to God. Are you by any chance in politics too? Your technique seems frightfully familiar. Answer: am I in politics? I am not in politics. Who do you believe starts depressions and forces people into wars? Surely you will not lay this at the door of my opposition. As I have already told you, I have allies in all walks of life to help me in connection with all human relationships. Why don't you take over the churches and use them outright in your cause? Do you think I am a fool? Who would keep alive the fear of the devil if I subdued the churches? Who would serve as a decoy to attract the attention of people while I manipulate their minds? If I did not have some agency through which to sow the seeds of fear and doubt, the cleverest thing I do is to use the allies of my opposition to keep the fear of hell burning in the minds of people. As long as people fear something, no matter what, I will keep a grip on them. Family, I love this book right here. Let me know how y'all feel about this book, man. Let me know how y'all feel about all the books that we've been reading so far. I read a lot of self-help books. There's other type of genres, you know what I mean? Fiction, fantasy. I love the self-help books, you know what I mean? I love all readers because actually you sitting down to stimulate your mind, you know? Shout outs to everybody that came on the interviews. Read, remember, repeat. Get with us. We got more interviews coming for y'all. We got more surprises, more things coming. You know what I mean? We about to get the merch popping too. The workbook is out on Amazon. Hey, man. Read, remember, repeat. Read, remember, repeat. Read, remember,